One day when Daddy was, I guess, in his late 80s, approaching 90, he told Mama one day, he said, Neille, I think I'm going to go to Carthage. And she said, Bill, you don't need to drive to Carthage. And he said, well, I'm going. And she said, well, if you're going, I'm going to go with you. And so they headed out of the bend, and they got over there, somewhere around White Springs, over there around the little old school where I used to go to school. And they saw this little red pickup coming. He was just flying, or they could see him coming toward the curve. So Daddy just pulled over on the side of the road and stopped. And this little pickup came by, just throwing gravel, and zipped right by him, missed him about 3 or 4 feet, kept going. And Daddy says, Neille, now, if he had hit me, whose fault would that have been? And she said, it would have been yours, Bill. And he said, why would it have been mine? And she says, you shouldn't have been out here in the first place, you old fool. And so, one time, Daddy decided he'd come to a football game up here at UT, and as he pulled out of the Horseshoe Bend Road over there on Highway 70, he pulled out, there was a truck pulled in off Highway 70 into Buffalo Valley Road, and Daddy pulled in too quick, and the truck hung the front end and pulled the whole front end of Daddy's car off. And so he got over there, and they helped him, and he threw some of it in the back of his car and threw some of it on the ditch, and didn't have any lights left. But he just drove the car and came on to Knoxville. We got to Knoxville, and he pulled in. His car looked like, you know, it was just dilapidated almost. And he got in the car, and he said, well, we're come to go to the football game. And so I said, okay, well, let's go to the football game. So we went to the football game and came back, and it was, you know, nearly dark when it was came over. And he said, well, I guess I better be going. I said, where are you going? He said, I'm going home. And I said, hell, Daddy, you can't drive home. You don't have any lights. And he said, oh, well, I guess so. And so he went to bed. He spent the night with us. The next morning about daylight, he got up and drove his car back home with no front end on his car. But that was Daddy. He used to drive there in Carthage and couldn't turn his head. His neck was all stove up. And when he's in a parking place, he would just back up, you know, and if he hit somebody, he'd just throw his head out the window. He'd say, hey, send me a bill, send me a bill. And they'd send him a bill for $50 or whatever what it was that he had bumped into him. And that's the way he'd always handle his traffic accidents. And one day I was down there and we got a bill from Tommy Young, who owned a car dealership in Lebanon, for $240. And Daddy said, damn, said, I never bought a thing from that Tommy Young in my life. Said, what kind of rip-off is this? And I said, well, I don't know, Daddy, I'll find out. So I called Tommy. I'd known Tommy for a good long while. And I said, Tommy, I said, Daddy got a bill here for $240. I said, what's it for? He said, well, one day Mr. Bill backed up and hit my mama and tore up the front end of her car there in Carthage, and said, send him a bill. And I said, that's what we've done. We've sent him a bill. So that was another one of Daddy's wrecks.